Now we've now got the resurrection, we got the church, and we now have to become formless. Each of us has to become formless. We have to do what Jesus Christ did. Now, we can't pop up in here, can we? So, we have to pop up in the church. In other words, if we popped up here, we'd be God. But if we pop up here, we'll enter the Spirit of God, and now you can understand the Holy Spirit. Keep your mind grinding. Do you understand where the Holy Spirit's coming from? Because we couldn't enter the actual divinity, we had to enter the Spirit of Divinity. So the Spirit of God, which we call the Holy Spirit, now becomes the church. So when we enter the church, we're entering the Spirit of God, and we're now out of the television. We're not out of it physically. We're out of it spiritually. If we were out of it physically, who would we be? Jesus Christ himself. What do we call it? When we become Christ-like, we become out of the television physically. Now, if we get the inheritance, we get the transfigured body, which is not a physical body, a spiritual body, which is Christ-like. And now it explains why we had to do that process.
That will come rapture in heaven.
Mm-hmm. But I'm explaining to you why they took that step.
Very logical, yeah. I know what you mean. But that's deep. Nobody knows about that. Nothing from nothing, it came out to the body and then becomes the spirit and then back to Jesus Christ.
You got it. You got it, Benny.
To believe. But there you are. I got you, man.
Okay, now let's go into the inheritance. Once Jesus Christ did this, and he created the church, he created the birthright and the inheritance. Okay, the birthright gives the church, as we have been saying for months and years, salvation. And out of salvation, you get to get out of the TV. But with rewards, you become physical. Do you get it? That is what the church has. It has two things. It has a birthright, and it has an inheritance. The birthright gets you out of the TV into the Spirit. The inheritance makes you a person in Jesus Christ with a transfigured body, allowing you to walk around in heaven. That is the two things. Now, what do they represent? Well, the birthright represents the intellect. The inheritance represents your emotion. So the mind and the heart are given to you through the church. Your mind is given to you through confession. Your heart is given to you through communion. And you become whole. Why? Because your spirit had to be purified through sin. Right? So you purify it through confession. That takes your faults out.
And then you come back.
Well, they transform into virtues, and you put them back into the physical. See, here they are coming out. Here's your faults coming out. Because you're coming out of that television. Your image and likeness are being transformed. Your image is your salvation, and your likeness is your reward.
That's a perfect explanation as to why you should be in a state of grace when you receive.
Ah, I knew you were going to get that. And I told you that when I started this.
That is perfect.
Right.